out there. Your thoughts on how he's been doing so far?
I think he looks great. You know, we felt like he came into the Derby in tip-top shape, and I feel the same way about the Preakness.
What do you like about the race with the 10 horses potentially, as opposed to 20 horses, one gate, and a little more room to move?
10 less to wipe you out. So, you know, normally, I mean, history repeats itself. Preakness is usually a little more of a true run race, and we have the utmost respect for Always Dreaming. I think he's one heck of a horse. We just want a fair shot at him. I'm not sure we can beat him, but we're going to give it a try.
Strategy-wise, early on, if Always Dreaming is getting away with an easy early lead, slow fractions, do you guys think you might go and challenge him a little bit earlier?
If we broke running, we may be on the lead. I mean, he's a very fast horse. Just look at the Breeders' Cup. But more than likely, Always Dreaming is going to go to the lead. I think Conquest Mo Money is going to show speed. So it'll be up to Julian, but he's fast. So as long as we get a clean break, he'll be up close.
A lot of horses got knocked around at the break in the Derby. Unfortunately, to consider yourself that the damage wasn't more severe given the collision.
Well, I think one, we were, according to Julian, we got really hit. I mean, he said he wasn't sure how he stayed on. And the difference, maybe some of the other horses getting bumped around versus us, with the 13.5 feet between gates, there's a little more momentum. You know, normally horses break, and as anything, if you take some dominoes and you put them next to each other and you hit them, the impact isn't as hard. But boy, when you spread them out, and that's what happened. And I don't really honestly know how he finished fourth, and then to come back with his eye the way it was. So it just seemed to make him more determined, though. He's fired up and ready.
Could you talk about how he's matured since the beginning of the year, when, you know, he had some problems? I mean, is that just the normal maturation, or is this a little more difficult?
We've always said he's really smart. He had some circumstances around some of his behavior, but he, as any expert that's watched him train at Churchill or here, he's been very professional.
How do you think his best race, whether it's the Arkansas Derby or the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, his best race, how do you think it stacks up against, say, Always Dreaming's win in the Derby?
Oh, it's hard to say. They're you're trying to compare apples to oranges, so I wouldn't even begin to try that. Always Dreaming is a very good horse, and if we can't win it, I guess I'd want him to win it, because I think it would be great for the sport to have another Triple Crown, try. So we have a great, he's going to be tough, but we're gonna try to give him a run for his money. And you know what? There's a lot of good horses in this race. There's been a lot of talk just about those two, but there's some other horses that can pop up and run well also.
Any concern with the weather getting into the 90s and during the week and a little humidity?
I'd rather not be too hot, but the way I'm reading it, maybe I'm wrong, it's going to cool off a little bit on Saturday. I just think for any horse, the cooler weather's better. It doesn't matter what horse we're talking about. Cooler weather. Horses love cool weather. They love it. They're not really the hot weather animals.
If you were in charge, would you limit the Derby to 14 horses?
No. The Derby is the Derby because of what it is. If you think about it, there's been a lot of Derby winners that would have not made the final 14, and that's not fair. I mean, no. It'd be nice if they could work out a situation with the starting gate where maybe they could put it a little closer. But that would be my only wish. No. What makes the Triple Crown so great is, and so hard to win, is it's tough. There's a lot of different variables, and the 20 horses is one of them.
What's your training plans for tomorrow morning, Friday morning?